1978 in Washington, D.C. In the process, he set a new NSU Division I era record of most wins by events.
In the conference, rebounding wise, offensively too, he's not bad as well. So he's going to be a challenge for us, especially early with the 4-guard lineup. But also, I think that we present mismatch problems for them as well, offensively, or defensively for them. So it's going to be a battle of wills tonight. I think that they're trying to come in and prove a point that they are the defending champs, that they're still around. We're trying to come in and prove a point that we're the first place team and we want to stay there. So it's going to be an absolute war tonight, and something that our guys got to be ready for.
A lot of things going to go pregame and at halftime. We're coming back home for the first time in a long time. How do we control that emotion? Because that's also something that you have to look at tonight's ball game.
Yeah, we do. There's a lot of things going on between So it just still just play for each other. Sometimes you get home, you start trying to play for others. Whether it's friends, family, just the gratitude of the fans or whatever the case is. But you just got to just play for the guys that's been in the locker room the whole time, and just satisfy those guys. And I think if we do that, then I think that will satisfy everybody else.
Defensively, this is going to be one of those games that we have to stay on our P's and Q's. We have to keep our guys on the floor.
Yes, we do. It's imperative that we keep our guys on the floor. Once again, Rashawn is going to propose a couple matchup problems for us. We've been talking about how to combat that a little bit, but he is going to pose a few matchup problems for us because he is a very good, very, very good player. So, with the services of Alex Long and Chris Kelly, tonight that's 2 extra bodies and 10 more fouls that you can use. So that's always a good thing, to be at full strength. And we look forward to it. I mean, the guys are, I think they're pretty focused. We talk about having a good start. I guess I start taking away your keys to victory. So
you got it.
Okay, so keys to victory. All right, we're gonna need to have a good start tonight. We also like a FAMU start, and maybe not 12 zip, but just the energy that we had with FAMU. The charges and things like that. And so we need that. And then also we have to rebound the ball, without question. And we have to. Right now, North Carolina Central is not a great three-point shooting team. We can allow them to be a good three-point shooting team tonight. If we can limit them to being who they are, then I think we fare well.
Coach Jones, thank you for your time, and we'll talk to you after the game.
That was the head coach of Norfolk State University. We'll be back after this time out with the starting lineups, as well as tip-off Norfolk State and North Carolina Central on FloHoops and the NSU Sports Network. Let's go one.
And now, Sport Nation, look what Sparta has done. Like numbers, behold, the green and gold. At 9, a sophomore from Hampton, Virginia, number 0, Masagi Vick. Also a Darden Jr. from Arlington, Texas, number 14, Nick Thomas.
Hello, welcome back to Joe Eccles Hall. We're getting set for action here on FloHoops and the NSU Sports Network. Norfolk State and North Carolina Central. Here your starting lineups first for the visiting North Carolina Central Eagles. Head coach is Lavelle Moten. He is 167 and 132 at North Carolina Central. In the starting lineup will be Larry McKnight. McKnight averages 9.7 points per game and 3.6 rebounds. The redshirt senior will get the start along with Zachary Douglas. The 6'8 senior averages 9.4 points and 7.5 rebounds. Also in the starting lineup will be Jordan Perkins. Perkins, the sophomore guard, averages 3.2 points per game and 2.5 rebounds per game. Also in the starting lineup will be Randy Miller Jr. Randy Miller Jr. averages 12.5 points per game and 2.1 rebounds per game. And rounding out the starting lineup is the team's leading scorer and probably the best big man in the conference over the last 2 years, Rashawn Davis. The 6'9 redshirt senior averages 15.2 points per game and 9 rebounds. Perkins, Miller, McKnight, Douglas, and Davis for the Spartans of Norfolk State University. They will counter with Mastadi Pitt, Nick Thomas, Stephen Whitley, and Derek Jameson in the front court. Four guards and one big for the Spartans tonight, as they will go with Jordan Butler, the 6'6 senior, in the middle. So North Carolina Central will have the height advantage to start the ball game, moving from right to left on your radio dial, wearing their black jerseys with maroon trim. Norfolk State will wear their home white jerseys with green and gold trim, moving from left to right on your radio dial. We're getting set for action here tonight as the officials are getting set to start play, as Davis and Butler will jump it up here at center court. The Spartans moving from left to right. The Eagles moving from right to left. The tip is won by North Carolina Central. We're underway as McKnight tips it back to Perkins. Perkins will dribble into the front court with the right hand, looking right side into the hands of Douglas. Douglas looking inside for McKnight. He works inside, gets it back to Miller. Miller, ball screen, picks up his dribble. The Spartans corral him as they kick it to Douglas. His three's on the way. It's up, no good. Rebound tracked down by Perkins. Perkins will set up the offense. The Spartans in the man-to-man, give up an offensive rebound on their first possession. Here's Perkins. Perkins looking inside, gets it into Davis, guarded by Butler. Working on the baseline, turns, and the travel's going to be called on Davis. Solid defense on the inside by the Spartans. And we're going to have words exchanged between Davis and Butler, and we're underway. Probably last week, as the Spartans will bring it into the front court for their first offensive possession. Pitt backing his way in on Perkins, calls for a ball screen, gets it, doesn't use it, gets into the lane, and the foul's going to be called. And it's going to be the first foul of the ball game. It's going to be the first foul on Jordan Perkins. Excited to have some alumni coming back into the arena today. No score, 19:04 left to go here in the first half. The inbounds pass comes to Nick Thomas, fires a corner two, up on the top of the backboard. Rebound knocked into the hands of Zachary Douglas. Back quickly. Here comes McKnight. He goes to the basket, gets his shot blocked. We're going to have a foul call. And Douglas is going to go to the free throw line for two shots as Jordan Butler picks up his first. Actually, Derek Jameson picks up his first. And we'll see two free throws coming from Larry McKnight. McKnight will toe the line. He'll have two. On the year, McKnight shoots it at 70% from the free throw line. No score here as McKnight puts the first free throw up and he knocks it in smoothly. And the first score comes from North Carolina Central. It's a 1-0 ball game, 18:55 left to go here in the first half. McKnight at the line for a second. It is on the way, it is up, and it is good. He gets the bounce. 2 for 2 for Larry McKnight. And the Spartans trail the Eagles for the first time today as Pitt brings the ball back into the front court. Pitt looks off, gets a ball screen working, left wing. Kicks up top to Whitley. Whitley on the drive, gets into the lane, and the travel's going to be called on Whitley. Turnover for the Spartans, as it looked like Whitley was bumped on his way to the basket. No call. Both teams one team foul with 18:39 left to go here in the first half as Perkins facing full court pressure. Swings it off to McKnight, left-hand side of the floor. McKnight gets it back to Perkins. Perkins to Douglas, back to Perkins as the Spartans in the man-to-man. Douglas has it right wing. Douglas up top to Rashawn Davis. He hands it to Perkins. Perkins gets a ball screen, gets it out to McKnight, who traveled, gets into the lane, and the offensive foul is going to be called. Great job there as Douglas ran into a stationary Jordan Butler. Basketball's going over to Norfolk State. That's going to be the first foul on Douglas, the second team foul on the Eagles with 18:16 left to go. Score remains 2-0. Central with the lead, Norfolk State with the basketball. Man-to-man defense for the Eagles. We'll see a lot of it as Jameson hands it off to Pitt, gets it back to Pitt. Pitt drives with the right hand, gets into the lane with the right hand, lays it up and off the glass, and good. As Mastati gets the Spartans on the board. And now with 17:57 left to go here in the first half, Norfolk State and the Eagles of North Carolina Central tied up at 2. Here is Perkins. Ball screen coming for him. He maneuvers with the left hand, kicks it back into the hands of Miller. Miller drives, gets into the lane, travels, no call, gets it off to McKnight. McKnight pulls up from 17. It's on the way out the backboard, no good. Rebound tipped into the hands of Jordan Butler. Butler will quick it off to Pitt. Pitt into the middle of the floor with the right hand dribble. Now explodes with the left hand, kicks it back to Thomas. Thomas back to Pitt. 3 on the way from him. Spots up. It's going to be short. Rebound tracked down by Pitt, and he throws it off the leg of Perkins, but it hits Pitt out of bounds, and so the basketball is going to go over to North Carolina Central. The Spartans will again pick up three-quarter court as Jamerson will find Perkins as Perkins brings it into the front court. Perkins gets it off to Davis. Davis swings it back to Perkins' left wing. With the basketball, here's McKnight looking inside. Ball's going to be stolen away, knocked away by Whitley. Here is Pitt, back to Whitley. Whitley into the lane, lays off the glass, no good, but the foul's going to be called. It's going to go against Larry McKnight. Good job there by Whitley getting his hands on the basketball. And the break wasn't run smoothly, but the Spartans will get free throws as Whitley will toe the line for the Spartans. 16:57 left to go here in the first half. We're knotted up at 2 as Whitley will go to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Diesel puts the first free throw up, and it is good. That's his first points of the night, and Norfolk State takes its first lead of the evening. Whitley at the line for a second to give the Spartans a 2-point lead. He can't do it. Rebound snatched out of the air by Zachary Douglas. Douglas will get it off to Perkins, and Perkins will set up the offense as Miller gets it back to Perkins. The ball screen coming. He swings the ball off to Miller. Miller with the ball screen gets into the lane, puts up the floater. No good. Rebound comes down to DJ. Jamerson gets it off to Whitley. Whitley will explode into the front court with the right-hand dribble. Kicks it off to Thomas. Thomas on the drive. He gets in the lane with the left hand, puts it up. No good. Gets it back to Miller. Miller, ball screen, picks up his dribble. The Spartans corral him as they kick it to Douglas. His three's on the way. It's up. No good. Rebound tracked down by Perkins. Perkins will set the offense. The Spartans in the man-to-man, give up an offensive rebound on their first possession. Here's Perkins. Perkins looking inside, gets it into Davis, guarded by Butler. Working on the baseline, turns, and the travel's going to be called on Davis. Solid defense on the inside by the Spartans. And we're going to have words exchanged between Davis and Butler, and we're underway. Probably last week as the Spartans will bring it into the front court for their first offensive possession. Pitt backing his way in on Perkins, calls for a ball screen, gets it, doesn't use it, gets into the lane, and the foul's going to be called. And it's going to be the first foul of the ball game. It's going to be the first foul on Jordan Perkins. Excited to have some alumni coming back into the arena today. No score, 19:04 left to go here in the first half. Inbounds pass comes to Nick Thomas, fires a corner 2 up on the top of the backboard. Rebound knocked into the hands of Zachary Douglas. Back quickly. Here comes McKnight. He goes to the basket, gets his shot blocked. We're going to have a foul call. And Douglas is going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots as Jordan Butler picks up his first. Actually, Derek Jameson picks up his first. And we'll see 2 free throws coming from Larry McKnight. McKnight will toe the line. He'll have 2 on the year. McKnight shoots it at 70% from the free throw line. No score here as McKnight puts the first free throw up, and he knocks it in smoothly. And the first score comes from North Carolina Central. It's a 1-0 ball game. 18:55 left to go here in the first half. McKnight at the line for a second. It is on the way, it is up, and it is good. He gets the bounce. 2 for 2 for Larry McKnight. And the Spartans trail the Eagles for the first time today as Pitt brings the ball back into the front court. Pitt looks off, gets the ball screen working, left wing. Kicks up top to Whitley. Whitley on the drive, gets into the lane, and the travel's going to be called on Whitley. Turnover for the Spartans, as it looked like Whitley was bumped on his way to the basket. No call. Both teams one team foul with 18:39 left to go here in the first half as Perkins facing full court pressure. Swings it off to McKnight, left-hand side of the floor. McKnight gets it back to Perkins. Perkins to Douglas, back to Perkins as the Spartans in the man-to-man. Douglas has it right wing. Douglas up top to Rashawn Davis. He hands it to Perkins. Perkins gets a ball screen, gets it off to McKnight, who traveled, gets into the lane, and offensive foul is going to be called. Great job there as Douglas ran into a stationary Jordan Butler. Basketball's going over to Norfolk State. That's going to be the first foul on Douglas, the second team foul on the Eagles with 18:16 left to go. Score remains 2-0. Central with the lead, Norfolk State with the basketball. Man-to-man defense for the Eagles. We'll see a lot of it as Jamerson hands it off to Pitt, gets it back to Pitt. Pitt drives with the right hand, gets into the lane with the right hand, lays it up and off the glass and good. As Mastati gets the Spartans on the board. And now with 17:57 left to go here in the first half, Norfolk State and the Eagles of North Carolina Central tied up at 2. Here is Perkins. Ball screen coming for him. He maneuvers with the left hand, kicks it back into the hands of Miller. Miller drives, gets into the lane, travels, no call, gets it off to McKnight. McKnight pulls up from 17. It's on the way out the backboard, no good. Rebound tipped into the hands of Jordan Butler. Butler will quick it off to Pitt, Pitt into the middle of the floor with the right hand dribble. Now explodes with the left hand, kicks it back to Thomas. Thomas back to Pitt, 3 on the way from him. Spots up, it's going to be short. Rebound tracked down by Pitt, and he throws it off the leg of Perkins, but it hits Pitt out of bounds, and so the basketball is going to go over to North Carolina Central. The Spartans will again pick up three-quarter court as Jamerson will find Perkins as Perkins brings it into the front court. Perkins gets it off to Davis. Davis swings it back to Perkins left wing. With the basketball, here's McKnight looking inside. Ball's going to be stolen away, knocked away by Whitley. Here's Pitt, back to Whitley. Whitley into the lane, lays it off the glass, no good, but the foul's going to be called. It's going to go against Larry McKnight. Good job there by Whitley getting his hands on the basketball. The break wasn't run smoothly, but the Spartans will get free throws as Whitley will toe the line for the Spartans. 16:57 left to go here in the first half. We're knotted up at 2 as Whitley will go to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Diesel puts the first free throw up, and it is good. That's his first points of the night, and Norfolk State takes its first lead of the evening. Whitley at the line for a second to give the Spartans a 2-point lead. He can't do it. Rebound snatched out of the air by Zachary Douglas. Douglas will get it off to Perkins, and Perkins will set up the offense as Miller gets it back to Perkins. The ball screen coming. He swings the ball off to Miller. Miller with the ball screen gets into the lane, puts up the floater. No good. Rebound comes down to DJ. Jamerson gets it off to Whitley. Whitley will point set for the Spartans. 15 on the shot clock. Whitley looks to drive, picks up his dribble, gets it back to Chavis. Chavis looking back door, can't get it there, gets it inside for Ford. Ford turns in the lane. His jump shot's up and good. Chris Ford with his first field goal, and the Spartans lead by 3, 16-13. Back quickly comes Davis. He lays it up and good, and he's fouled. Ford will pick up that foul, and for Davis, that's his first points of the night, and Davis is going to go to the free throw line for 1. Different animal. And there's Chris. Here's Davis as he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Actually 1. As the first and only free throws up and good for Davis. It's good. He has 3 points and we're tied at 16. Scores from around the conference. North Carolina A&T knocks off Howard 85-81. Cobbin State over Maryland Eastern Shore 58-53. Bethune-Cookman over South Carolina State 98-73. Back quickly comes Nick Thomas. Thomas loses it on the way up. And back comes Perkins. Perkins looks off for Davis, and Davis can't handle it. Throws the ball away right into the hands of Nick Thomas. Thomas into the front court, goes with the right hand, lays it off the glass, no good. Rebound tipped into the hands of Davis. Davis quickly off to Perkins. Perkins at the left-hand side of the floor to Miller. He'll fire 3 up, no good. Rebound fought for in the hands of Nick Thomas. Back and forth action as Chavis will bring it to the front court, gets it off to Whitley, and he'll set up the offense. We're tied at 16, 5:34 left to go here, and a defensive struggle in the first half, or maybe just not very good offense to this point. Ford swings it off to Thomas. Thomas looks for a ball screen, gets it, kicks it off to Whitley. Whitley off to Thomas. Thomas will set it up with 5 on the shot clock. He drives to the left hand, gets it off to Whitley. Whitley fires the 3. It's on the way. It's way long, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. Again, neither team shooting very well. 6 of 19 for Norfolk State. 5 of 19 for North Carolina Central. 31% for the Spartans, 26 for the Eagles. But we're tied at 16 as Chris Kelly will get off the bench for the Spartans. Perkins with it, top of the key, looking inside, gets it into Davis. And we'll have a foul away from the basketball. Actually, on Chris Ford, he'll pick up his second. So we have 1 and 1 for Rashawn Davis. Whitley takes a seat. C.J. Kelly checks in for the first time. Whitley on the night. 0 for 4 from the floor, 0 for 3 from downtown, 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Davis at the line for 1 and 1. The first is up and good. Davis with 4 points tonight. And the Eagles retake a 1-point advantage at 17-16. Second shot coming up for Davis. He toes the line. 2 dribbles, 1 spin, puts the free throw on the way. It's up and good. 2-point lead for the Eagles at 18-16. As the inbounds pass comes to Thomas from Kelly. Thomas will handle it. He quickly gets it off to Kelly. Kelly into the front court. Working, gets fouled. No call, kicks it off to Chavis. Chavis into the lane, gets the ball poked away from him by McKnight. McKnight into the front court, gets the ball stripped away from him. Right into the hands of his own teammate, Miller, but he can't get anything to fall back. Quickly comes Kelly. Kelly kicks it off to Thomas. Thomas to Jameson. Quick 3 on the way. Spots up. Shots up. It's good. DJ with his first look, and the Spartans knock it down. 19-18 is your score. It's a 1-point lead. Again, foul's going to be called. It's going to go against Chris Ford. He picks up his third. Quickly. And going back to the free throw line for 1 and 1 is Rashawn Davis. Gardner will check back in. He'll replace Randy Miller. A 1 and 1 now for Rashawn Davis, who's 3 of 3 from the charity stripe tonight. Davis on the year is a 66% free throw shooter. He'll toe the line for 2. The front end is up, and it is good. We're tied at 19. Davis will have 1 more as Alex Long checks back in to the ball game for the Spartans. Both teams with 18 fouls, 4:22 remaining here in the first half. Second shot for Davis is on the way up, no good. Rebound tracked down by Jamerson. Joe Bryant into the game for the Spartans for the first time. Bryant goes off for Kelly, left wing. Kelly crosses over, gets into the lane with the right hand, lays it up way short. Rebound comes down to Davis. Quickly up the floor to McKnight. McKnight lays it up with the right hand and good. McKnight hits the lay-in, and it's a 2-point ball game. 4 minutes to go here in the first half. 21-19. Bryant with the basketball. Working right side. Looking for help, drives with the left hand. Goes behind his back, guarded by Perkins. Gets it off to Kelly. Kelly hands it off to Thomas. Thomas hounded. The 10 on the shot clock, gets it back to Kelly. Kelly jab step, drives with the left hand, gets in the lane, lays it off the glass. Good, but a foul's going to be called. And the foul's going to go against Blunt. That's his first when we come back. A 1 and 1 for C.J. Kelly as the Spartans trail by 2, 21-19. We'll take a timeout on the floor. You're watching MEAC Basketball on Flow Sports and the NSU Sports Network. Yeah. Your score as we welcome you back to Joe Eccles Hall in Norfolk State, trailing North Carolina Central by 2. Chris Kelly, the freshman, redshirt freshman out of Long Island, will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. The Eagles 8 of 9 to start the ball game from the charity stripe. Norfolk State 3 of 5 as Kelly puts the front end up and good. For CJ, who didn't play against FAMU, that's his first points of the night. The Spartans now trail by 1, 21-20. Second free throw from CJ's up and good. We're tied at 21. And again, the Spartans will pick up full court. As Larry McKnight has it. Swings it to Perkins. Perkins will walk it into the front court. The Spartans in a zone now. 2-3 zone as Perkins swings it off to Gardner. Back to Perkins. Perkins swings it off to Gardner. Gardner back to Perkins. Perkins finds Blunt. Inside for Davis. He lays it off the glass and good. Davis has 8, and the Spartans again trail by 2, 23-21. Bryant into the front court, drives with left hand, guarded by Perkins, gets it off to Kelly. Kelly steps back, 3 on the way for him. It's up and good. CJ knocks in his first field goal, and the Spartans retake a 1-point lead, 24-23. 2:51 left to go here in the first half. Perkins plants his feet in the front court. Will set up the offense now for the Eagles facing a 2-3 zone. Perkins in between the circles, rolls right side. With the basketball, Perkins. Ball screen coming, swings it to McKnight. Back to Perkins. But Perkins looking inside, kicks it back out to McKnight. He fires a 3, it's up, it's good. McKnight has 9, and the Spartans again trail by 2, 26-24. Kelly back into the front court, working same spot, drives with left hand, gets into the lane, puts it up off the glass, can't get the tip, rebound, pulled away by McKnight for the Eagles. And Perkins double dribbles on his way up the floor, turns the ball over. As the Spartans will have it, trailing by 2, 26-24. Perkins was looking to get the ball up the floor a little quickly. As basketball will be inbounded by Kelly. Kelly will get it in to Joe Bryant Jr. Bryant will bring it into the front court. Calls out the offensive set. Works right side, gets it off to Kelly. Kelly thought about the 3 drives, goes behind his back. Backing his way in. Now will set it up with 18 to go on the shot clock. He finds Thomas. Thomas on the drive to the lane. Lays it up, no good. Rebound. Fought for, and it's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow will favor Norfolk State. As Thomas still on the ground. A lot of contact. As Thomas will sit up as the shot was contested at the rim by Davis. Thomas will get up slowly. And now get to his feet and walk to the sideline.
Give it up. Big Thomas on the job.
as he will be replaced by Stephen Whitley. Basketball will belong to Norfolk State. Trailing by 2, 26-24. Joe Bryant Jr. will trigger the inbound. Gets it into Kelly. Kelly off to Whitley. Whitley back to Bryant. Bryant pulls up from 17. It's on the way. No good. Kelly tried to fly in for the rebound. Can't get it to go in. And the rebound flies into the hands of Gardner. Gardner will get it off to Perkins. Perkins will set up the offense. 1:30 left to go here in the first half. Norfolk State trailing by 2, 26-24. Here's Perkins, left-hand side of the floor. Ball screen coming. Perkins gets into the lane, gets cut off. Kicks it off to Gardner. He'll drive the baseline, kicks it up to Blunt. Blunt into the corner to Perkins. Perkins finds Davis. His short jump shot is up. No good. Rebound tip into the hands of C.J. Kelly. Kelly will dribble through traffic. Gets it off to Whitley. Whitley to Jameson. Jameson's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line for 2. Reggie Gardner will pick up his 3rd. And that's a 10th team foul on the Eagles, so we'll see 2 shots coming from Derek Jameson.
Derek Jameson Jr. 1-1.
2 shots. It should be 2 shots
Correct that. Make that 2 shots.
for Jameson. DJ toes the line, has 3 points on 1 shot, puts the first free throw out. He gets it to fall out. Rare sight for Jamerson. A 97% free throw shooter. As Walters checks in for Perkins. As Jamerson puts the second free throw up, and it is good. Timeout's going to be taken as Jamerson scores his 4th point. 30-second timeout taken by, I believe, Norfolk State. 26-25 is your score. Right down. North Carolina Central with a 1-point advantage. Don't forget that the Spartans will return to Joe Eccles Hall on Monday night for another matchup on Flow Sports, on Flow Sports against North Carolina Ante, who took care of business. A 4-point win against Howard, 85-81, with 1:05 left to go here in the first half. It's a 1-point lead for North Carolina Central, 26-25. Basketball will belong to North Carolina Central. Alex Long, Whitley, Jamerson, Kelly, and Bryant on the floor for Norfolk State. Blunt, Walters, McKnight, Miller, and Davis on the floor for North Carolina Central. McKnight gets it off to Walters, who set up the offense 2-3 zone for the Spartans. Walters right wing now, looking inside for Davis, can't get it there, gets a ball screen, kicks it into the corner. Here's a 3 coming from McKnight. It's up and good. McKnight's warm. He's got 12. The lead is 4 for North Carolina Central, 29-25, with 35 seconds to go here in the first half. With the basketball, here's Whitley. About a 6-second differential between game clock and shot clock. Whitley will have it in between the circles now with 10 on the shot clock. Whitley guarded by McKnight, calling for a ball screen. Gets it, drives with the right hand, gets into lane, and he goes behind his back, loses his shoe. And a turnover for the Spartans as McKnight forces the travel. 11.9 seconds to go here in the first half. Norfolk State trailing by 4, 29-25 as the inbounds pass comes to McKnight. McKnight with 10 seconds left to go, gets it off to Walters. Walters into the front court, calling for a ball screen, gets it, gets the ball poked away from him, has it in the corner, and that'll do it for the first half. And the Spartans will trail by 4 at the break, 29-25. When we come back, we'll have a special interview with Mo Deloach, one of the former Spartan greats, after this break. You're listening to NSU Basketball on the NSU Sports Network. He's going to sit right here. He's going to sit right here.
For a special Alumni Day presentation.
Scoot closer. Come closer, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I miss you, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Don't worry about that. That's good. Where you at now?
I'm in Romania.
When do you go back?
Tomorrow.
You came back when?
Tuesday.
You came back for this?
Yeah, well, Valentine's Day with my girlfriend did this too.
That's cute.
No.
Oh, no, wait, after this one. My bad. I won't say that. Good to see you, man.
Good to be here.
Ladies and gentlemen, behold the green and gold.
We'll come in after this one.
You gonna wait till after the cow thing?
Good.
You still the same, man.
29-25 is your score here at Joe Echols Hall as Norfolk State trails North Carolina Central 29-25. We are so glad to have with us a former Spartan great, Michael, a.k.a. Mo DeLoach, who now resides in Romania for his basketball season. Romania is his home, played in a couple of places before he got to Romania, but again, played here at Norfolk State Joe Echols Hall. Before the video board was up in the air, Michael, as he enjoys it right now. Good to have you back, and good to see some of the changes that you see at Norfolk State.
Yeah, man, it feels good to be back. This is my first time back here since 2010, man. The gym is amazing.
2010, it's been a whirlwind for you. You played overseas, and you've had a very successful career. Let's talk a little bit about what overseas life is like.
Oh, well, it's pretty different, being that they're alone, different language barriers and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's very difficult, but then again, it's a job, It's a job, and it's a dream that I chased since I was a kid,
A lot of stories like yours here at Norfolk State. They're honoring Kyle right now. You played with him when he was a young guy, but he had one scholarship offer out of high school. And you look at a place like Norfolk State, they give opportunities like yourself to guys who might have been a little shorter, not as big, but had a lot of talent, an opportunity to play Division I basketball. Talk a little bit about your experience here at Norfolk State.
My experience here at Norfolk State was great, man. It was all about a chance. I got a chance, and thanks to I think Coach Martin found me, and then Coach Jones was the one that worked with me my whole career here. And it was good, man. I ended up leading the country in scoring and had a great career here. You know what I'm saying? And it led for me to be a professional athlete. This is my 9th season.
Out of Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
Yes.
If you see it on the highway, you have to get off the exit to get to it. It's not right off the highway, but Rocky Mount means a lot to you. You've done a lot back home at Rocky Mount, including the youth center back at home.
Yes.
Opening a restaurant back at home.
Yes.
We follow you. We're proud of you and what you're doing. Talk a little about some of the things you have going on back at home as well.
Well, I'm from a city where it's about 56,000 people, so that was one of my biggest things growing up is if I had an opportunity to give back and do things, I was going to do it. So my first thing was helping to get a community center, and the second thing was I got a restaurant in my downtown area. So it was just trying to rebuild my area and give some of the kids something to do, something I didn't have growing up.
We came here on Tuesday. Get out of here on tomorrow to go back to Romania. What's your season been like this year?
It's been pretty good. I'm averaging 18, 5 and 5. Still doing what I can do. We right now we're in the second division of the season, so we're 5-0 in this division. So, we're just trying to make a push for the playoffs.
Have you found your left hand yet, Michael?
Yeah, of course. Of course, you always said that about me, man.
It's a good way to be, man. Michael DeLoach. Again, some of the relationships you formed over the years. It's good to always keep in contact with you. I try to catch up with you when I can. Always good to talk to you, man, to see you doing well. What else do you have going on for you this year?
I don't know.
Yeah, good.
A couple summer camps I'm playing. A couple summer camps I'm probably going to do, and just go back home and try to figure out some stuff to do with the kids and the youth in my community.
Alumni Day, you get a chance to see some of the get a chance to see some of the guys you played with here at Norfolk State. Who is some of those guys that you've seen that you like? I'm glad I've seen you. Haven't seen you in a long time.
I seen Chris, which is out there now, and I just seen Kevin Worsley. I seen Coach Vickers. So far, I see Antoine Perry back here in the back right here. So it's good just to see a lot of people, man, I haven't seen in years, especially some of the older alumni guys. They were shocked to see me. They said, oh, that's Deloach. Yeah, that's me. I'm still here.
Turtleneck Vickers.
Yeah, Turtleneck Vickers.
Haven't seen that before, man. He said
Vickers got swag now, man.
Yeah, he's different.
He's different.
He talked about it, man. He talked about it tonight on the radio. It's good to see him. And Vickers coached you as well here at Norfolk State. You played with him.
Yeah, I played with Vickers too. Played with him 1 year, and it was my coach the rest.
Yeah, that's not bad. You get to see some of the lifelong experiences that you have. Come on. What else you got going on, man? Life, everything else good?
Yeah, every else thing is good, man. I have to adapt to the overseas European life, man. It's wonderful, man. Be able to come from Norfolk State and, I was also one that had only this offer, to come here. So it's just amazing to have a successful career 9 years in, to be playing overseas,
Hey, Mo, we'll continue to stand behind you, man, and watch you do great things in Romania. Congratulations, 18-5-5. That sounds like Michael Deloach, the Michael Deloach that we know of. Still as athletic as you got old.
I'm old, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I still can jump a little bit, but I'm old, man. I can't do it like I used to.
Hey, man, Michael Deloach. Watch some of his highlights. You'll be impressed by some of his highlights here at Norfolk State University. I'll give you my favorite play. Alik Pauline, the alley-oop at Hampton.
Yeah.
The alley-oop at Hampton. The end of the game when it was close. It was a tough alley-oop, man. That was probably one of my favorite plays. Give me your favorite.
Not my favorite. My most embarrassing one was when I was my sophomore year. I got a steal. I missed a dunk. I got it back again the next play and dunked it again, so I remember that forever.
Yeah, it was a good job, man.
Oh, man.
Good job. That's good to see you. Michael Deloach, so glad to have you back with us. Hopefully we'll have you here again in the near future.
Hopefully I can come back.
Hey, good luck to you in Romania, and keep doing the work that you're doing, man. So proud to see what you're doing down in your hometown and what you're doing in Romania. Thank you for stopping by.
My man, appreciate you.
That's Michael Deloach. The score here at halftime, 29-25. Norfolk State trails North Carolina Central right here on the NSU and the Sports Network, NSU Sports Network, and Flow Sports.
So we are so proud to be able to retire your jersey. Congratulations to you, your family, and your students.
Yeah. Hey, is he coming over? Is he coming over or no?
Set up. First of all, we think you guys made our job easy. I want to tell my family that's here, everybody that's out. I love you guys. Thanks for coming. The alumni that set the way before us. Got some over here, like those guys, those guys made us believe that we could do it. You guys, every night we came here, we feel like we had a chance. We brought the green and gold, we hope the green and gold. And the squad leaders, thank you guys, the cheerleaders. Every time I hear a big play, I always think of you guys, so you guys stuck forever. I want to thank you guys. I can't thank you no more. The locals, I really appreciate you guys. I brought my roommate, Chris Brown, up here. Simply, he's been with me since day one. I met him my freshman year. I got the opportunity. We did it. We got to do this together. We played a bigger part of this match. Made my job very Norfolk State and
Get 1 minute.
We really stand on this. We work hard for this, and you guys believe in us. So I appreciate you guys and doing what you do for the next group of guys. That's all I ask. And hopefully this goes. Again, let's give them a great body ovation. Thank you.
Please join us for Legion in singing Happy Birthday to Mr. Spartan.
Hello, welcome back. 29-25 is your score. Norfolk State trailing North Carolina Central here at Joe Eccles Hall on Flow Sports. Norfolk State led in scoring by C.J. Kelly. He has 5. Everyone who has played has scored except Butler and Bryant for Norfolk State. On the other side, 8 points for Rashawn Davis, 12 for McKnight, 4 for Perkins, 2 for London, 3 for Fennell. And the Spartans have done a good job for most of the half against Rashawn Davis, but he got busy as the half ended. 2 for 3, 4 or 5 from the free throw line. He has 6 rebounds as well to go along with the steal tonight for the Eagles. The Spartans trailing by 4 at the break. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to NSU Basketball on Flow Sports and the NSU Sports Network. If he wants to come during the game, we can. During the second half? Yeah.
I wasn't playing basketball. I started playing basketball when I was like 5. So I started playing sports when I was young. If I was playing a sport right now, like baseball.
To celebrate the 25th anniversary of our Lexus dealership, I'm giving away 3 silver cars. A new Lexus, a new Mercedes-Benz, and a new Toyota. But wait, there's more. We're celebrating 25 years of unbelievable savings at all of our locations. So stop by, register away, and take advantage of our silver anniversary sale. Thanks for the past 25 years. We look forward to the next. And if you're not riding with Charlie, I hope you will be soon.
One of the members of CHKD's sports medicine program has helped athletes avoid injuries through training, conditioning programs, and a proactive approach to injuries like concussions. But when athletes do get hurt, CHKD is ready with experienced physicians, surgeons, and rehab specialists. Because caring for young athletes is a team effort. CHKD, where kids are more than patients.
And we're more than a hospital.
Please note at this time, if you'd like to get an autograph post of Calvin Quinn, please go to the section where the blues are and get that autograph right now. It's also time for the 50-50 cash giveaway. Pull out those 50 sub numbers. Somebody's going home tonight with $600 in cash. The winning ticket number, 1, 5, 1, 5, 8, 5. Again, 1, 5, 1, 5, 8, 5. 1, 5, 1, 5, 8, 5. You got that ticket number? Go on down and pick up your money. For the student raffle.
Welcome back to Joe Eccles Hall. It's Norfolk State trails North Carolina Central 29-25 here at Norfolk, Virginia. As we get set to start the second half, we'll run through the numbers here. For North Carolina Central, they turned the ball over 12 times here in the first half. Norfolk State has scored 5 points off those 12 turnovers, 9 for the Spartans. The Central have capitalized by scoring 4 points off of those 9 turnovers. Central owned the advantage in the paint, 12-8. The Spartans 3 of 9 from downtown. North Carolina Central 3 of 13 from downtown. They've struggled from distance here this year, especially over the last couple of weeks, but they're 8 of 9 from the free throw line, out-rebounding Norfolk State 20-14. The Spartans have 5 assists on 8 made field goals, 7 assists on 9 made field goals for North Carolina Central. 2 blocks for the Spartans, 1 for North Carolina Central. 1 steal for the Spartans, 2 for North Carolina Central. As the Spartans own the advantage off the bench, 16-5. The Spartans Spartans had 5 points from C.J. Kelly to lead the way. 4 for Alex Long, 2 for Chris Ford and Keontae Chavis. Derek Jamerson with 4 points tonight, 1 for Stephen Whitley. He's 0 for 4 from the floor, 1 of 3 from the free throw line, 2 points for Nick Thomas, and 2 from Mustadi Pitt. The Spartans have struggled from the floor here tonight. They're shooting at 32% for the ball game, 36% for North Carolina Central as we get set to start the second half. The basketball will belong to the Eagles. The Spartans will come out with Jamerson, Whitley, Pitt, Thomas, and Butler. Butler had to sit early with 2 fouls. Whitley in the first half had a foul. 1 point as well. Davis, Douglas, Perkins, Miller, and Larry McKnight, the catalyst for the Eagles in the first half. We'll get the start as the inbounds pass will come from Douglas into the hands of Perkins. Perkins will run the offense with it. Here's Miller. Miller gets to the free throw line, pulls up free throw line, jumpers up and short. Thomas comes down with the rebound. And the travel is going to be called against Nick Thomas. It's a little late as Thomas was dribbling up the floor, but Jackie Sanders called it. And we are giving the basketball back to Central. Central. Perkins swings it off to Douglas. Douglas inside for Davis. Davis turns, hook shot up, no good. Rebound fought for in the hands of Jordan Butler. Butler off to Whitley. Whitley will push. Whitley into the front court. Right hand dribble up the left hand side. Gets it off to Jamerson. Jamerson off to Pitt. Pitt will work. The Spartans trailing by 4, 29-25. The basketball, here's Whitley working at the right hand elbow. Whitley drives at the right hand, gets into the lane. Bumps it off to Butler. Butler can't handle. Kicks off to Jamerson. Quick three on the way for him. It's up and good. Jamerson with his second three. He has 7 points, and the Spartans now trail by 1, 29-28. 19 minutes to go here in the second half. With the basketball, here's Perkins top of the key. Swings it back to Miller. Miller working it inside. Now getting it back to Perkins. Perkins swings it back. Here's Miller. He goes into the lane, lays it up. And a foul's going to be called on Butler. Butler will pick up his third. And quickly off the bench, Alex Long. And we'll see 2 free throws coming from Randy Miller. Big foul there from Butler. Miller will toe the line for 2. He puts the first up, and it's good. The lead is back to 2, 30-28 as Alex Long checks in for Jordan Butler. Second shot coming up from Miller. It is on the way. It's up and good. Miller with his first 2 points of the night. And the Spartans trail by 3, 31-28. As Pitt brings the ball into the front court, working right side. Guarded by Perkins. Pitt looks off for Whitley. Whitley drives with the right hand, gets into the lane, bumps, gets into the lane, puts the floater up. No good, but a foul's going to be called. It's going to be the third on Zachary Douglas. We'll see 2 more free throws coming from Stephen Whitley. Whitley will have 2. The Spartans trailing by 3, 31-28. The first free throw from the lefty is up and good. For Diesel, that's his second point of the night, and the Spartans now trail by 2, 31-29. Second shot coming up for Whitley. Whitley puts the second free throw up, and it is no good. Rebound pulled down by Douglas. The lead remains 2 for Central as Perkins quickly into the front court. The Eagles leading 31-29. Here's Davis. He pops out. Hands it off to Douglas. Douglas gets it off to Miller. He drives, gets into the lane, puts it out on the glass, and good. Miller with 4 straight points for the Eagles, and the lead is back to 4 for North Carolina Central, 33-29. Pitt thought about the 3, drives, kicks it off to Whitley. Whitley back to Pitt. He'll fire 3. It's on the way up and no good. Rebound comes down to Davis. Davis pushes up quickly, throws it off to Perkins, who can't handle it, and throws it out of bounds. It will be Norfolk State basketball. 33-29 is your score. North Carolina Central with the lead. Norfolk State with the basketball. Trailing by 4, 33-29 as the inbound pass from Whitley comes to Pitt. Pitt back to Whitley. Whitley drives with the right hand, gets in the lane, puts it up and short. He comes down with the offensive rebound, lays it up and good with the left hand. For Diesel, that's his first field goal of the night. And the Spartans now trail by 2, 33-31. Back comes Perkins. He looks inside for Davis. Davis with a touch catch, and he throws it out of bounds. Basketball is going to belong to Norfolk State, as Douglas will take a seat. Into the game is Javrie Blunt. 33-31 is your score. 17:35 left to go here in the second half. Pitt will bring the ball into the front court. Spartans trailing by 2 as Pitt works right side, guarded by Perkins. Pitt looks for a ball screen, gets the ball poked away, and Davis will go to the basket with the right hand, with 2 hands, and he'll slam it down. Davis in double figures, he has 10. As Pitt works right side again, same play. Pitt drives with the left hand, kicks it off to Alex Long. Long working, crosses up, gets into the lane with the left hand, up and under, layup doesn't go. Rebound tip into the hands of Perkins. Perkins into the front court quickly, gets it off to McKnight. He kicks it out to no one. 4-point lead, 35-31 for North Carolina Central. As the Spartans just can't hit shots, as North Carolina Central has not done a very good job of taking care of the basketball, but they lead by 4. Whitley has it, left wing, looking for a cutter, gets it off to Pitt. Mustadi in between the circles, back to Whitley. Whitley, back to Pitt. Pitt swings it off to Thomas, and Thomas can't catch it. I think the team doing a good job of holding on to the basketball at this point. As Blunt will trigger the inbound. He'll get it in to Perkins. Now going the other way for Central. 35-31 is your score. Central with a 4-point advantage. With the basketball, here's Blunt. Blunt to Davis. Davis looks back for Perkins. Perkins gets it off to McKnight. McKnight free throw line jumper on the way up and in and out. Rebound tip, and we're going to have a foul call. It's going to go against Davis over the back. 16-17 left to go here in the second half. A foul's going to be called. The second on Davis, and Norfolk State will have it. Working, trying to get their offense going. Here's Whitley in between the circles, gets it off to Jameson. Jameson gets a ball screen back to Whitley. Whitley working against Blunt, backs his way in, travels. So 13 turnovers for Norfolk State now. 15 for North Carolina Central. 4-point lead for the Eagles, 35-31. Perkins working right side. Gets a few ball screens. Looking off. Here's a 3 coming from Miller. It's up and good. Miller now with 7. And the Spartans trail by 7, 38-31. Back quickly comes Whitley. Whitley working right side, gets it off to Thomas. 15:34 left to go here in the second half. Whitley drives the baseline, gets in the lane, and the foul's going to be called. It's going to go against Blunt. That's his second, and that's the way we'll go to this immediate timeout. 38-31, the largest lead of the night for North Carolina Central. It's a 7-point advantage. We'll take a timeout on the court. You're watching MEAC Basketball on Flow Sports and the NSU Sports Network. sit right here. He's gonna. You look taller since the last time I seen you. Can you hear me?
After the band?
Man, we're gonna talk during the game.
Oh, okay.
We're not gonna really have time. I want to get a little bit long. How you been?
Good, man. Good. Blessed. Chilling.
I see you on TV. I follow you on
Everybody
Twitter.
does now. Not on my own.
I follow you on what is it? Instagram? How's everybody else doing, man?
Everybody's good.
Good to see your mom.
Huh?
Good to see your mom. You doing all right? You doing good? The twins here?
Of course. Of
Good.
course. Their birthday on Monday.
15:30 left to go here in the second half. 38-31 is your score. As we welcome you back to Norfolk State's Joe Eccles Hall. 38-31 is your score. North Carolina Central with the lead. Congratulations to Kyle O'Quinn as he joins us now. The NSU alum, now with the Indiana Pacers. Joined us now as the Spartans will inbound underneath their own basket. The inbounds comes to Thomas. Thomas in the corner. Probably was fouled there. No call as Thomas gets it off to Pitt. Pitt, ball screen coming with 13 on the shot clock. Gets it, lays it off the glass and good. 38-33 now. You score Mustadi now with his fourth point. Congratulations on getting your number retired. I know it's a big accomplishment for anybody, but it's good to see you back home and them raising your jersey in the rafters.
Oh, yeah, definitely a good feeling. Having my family here means more, because they played a big part in it, Just being in this gym, I come here in the summertime, it still feels good. So just adding a little jersey retirement makes me feel a little better.
Alex Long will pick up the foul as Rashawn Davis will go back to the free throw line. He's a big, doing some work like Kyle did here at it reminds me of you, a little bit of shorter you. The same athleticism, long arms. He has some talent, and he'll go to the free throw line for two, man. Talk a little bit about, just your career here. I had Mo on at halftime. Mo talked about how this was his only D1 offer, and pretty much his only offer as well. Davis hits the first. This was your only offer as well. Talk a little bit about that.
I mean, it's as simple as that. This is my only offer, so it took care of itself. You take care of that. We accepted it, and, it really was just the biggest university I've ever been around, been seen, and visited. It's just it meant everything to me since day one, and I think I treated it like that, and people here treated me like that.
Davis now with 12 points as he knocks in both free throws. The Spartans trail by 7 with Kyle O'Quinn, Indiana Pacers forward, and Indiana's having a good year.
Having a real good year. It feels good to go in a game knowing that you're going to win pretty much every one. Season's winding down now, so fight for playoff spots is a different thing that I've experienced at this point.
And you get a chance to play with some guys who, you look at it, no one knew that the young kid was going to play as well as he even played. He's playing outside of his mind. You get to play with some good guys, and I know you're excited about that. We're going to have a foul call away from the basketball. Well. Also, the guy who's starting, give me his name.
Miles Turner,
he's pretty good as well. So you get a chance to play with some good bigs as well.
Oh, yeah, and definitely, since I've been in the league a little longer than those guys, help them out. They can help me out, just being good players. But I think the biggest thing is our team is really, really tight. Got good guys all in the locker room, and I think that some good things can happen here in the playoffs.
Alex Long misses a deuce, and back comes Perkins. Perkins gets it off to Blunt. Blunt picks up his dribble at the left-hand elbow, gets it back to McKnight. McKnight's been quiet as the Eagles lead by 7, 40-33. Here's Perkins, crosses over, gets into the lane, gets a little space. In the lane for about 13 minutes was Rashawn Davis, but the ball was stolen away as Whitley comes back into the front court. Whitley hands it off to Jameson. Jameson pulls up 2 on the way up short. And again, he's struggling to get looks in, and the Eagles are trying to take him away. That's his first miss on the night as, again, they go into Davis. We're going to have a foul call. And if anything he does, he gets fouls called against him. Alex Long gets the first.
This is women.
Yeah, that's his second, actually.
You got a session?
Yeah, sure. as we look at it, we see a first substitution for Central. Checking out is Perkins. Back into the ball game is London. Your All-Star break, get some time to relax, get to New York, get a haircut. Saw Manny cut you up yesterday. Good job on getting that done. I know he's excited. Not a lot of good barbers out there in Indianapolis.
Manny out here.
He is?
Yeah. Manny go everywhere.
Okay, that's good.
You had to get a haircut in the hotel. You know, had to be sharp for you guys.
Good job, man. Working on your beard as well. 12 seconds on the shot clock as the Spartans in the 2-3 zone. With the basketball is London. London, top of the key, kicks it left wing for Miller. Miller spots up three on the way for him, no good. Rashawn Davis comes down with the rebound. He goes up and he lays up, no good. Might have been fouled. Rebound knocked out of bounds, last touch by Norfolk State. It's a 7-point lead for the Eagles, 40-33. Again, you get a chance to get home. You see KB, you see Mo, you see guys like Rodney who played on the team, but you know was excited to get back here and see some of those guys.
Oh yeah, I mean, just you shared some moments of your life with those guys. You know, even like you look at Mo and those guys, you looked up to them in a different role, but now you know we all kind of settled into our livelihoods, and just seeing us, you know, just relax and chill. You know, it's a different feeling, but those memories always stay in your head because the times here was just so good.
It's a 7-point lead as McKnight misses. Back quickly comes Whitley off to Jameson. Spots up in transition. Three. Yeah! He's got 10. He hasn't missed from downtown, and the Spartans trail by 4, 40-36. Ross Gordon joined by Kyle O'Quinn here. Maybe a little bit of mojo right now as London has it. Top of the key. Swings it to Blunt. Blunt gets it back. Nice defense there by Miller. On Miller as a foul will be called against Whitley. And hopefully you're not here all night as we've seen the foul start to pile up with 12:51. Trying to get home at some point as we look at the way this game has gone. Defensively, you played this North Carolina Central team. They're always a tough team to play.
Always. I think they carry the personality of their coach. Their coach is really good. You know, he's vocal. He gets on those guys, and I think they really, you know, buy into his system. So no matter who he sits in, you know, puts in, you're getting that type of player. And my years here, I think we split a couple times because they played so hard.
Another foul is going to be called. And it's going to go against Stephen Whitley. He picks up his third. You got an opportunity last night for a reception, and it was good to see all your coaches there. You got a chance to see Coach Evans, Coach Jones was there, and some of your other assistants. Coach Washington here. If you read the paper, he was credited for a lot of your success here at Norfolk State. 12:41 left to go as we see 2 free throws coming from Rashawn London. He puts the first one up, no good. As you got to the president's house and you said how much he's been supporting you over the years. I'm glad to see that you got a chance to really express yourself in a private setting as well.
Yeah. I wanted to do that. I wanted to be, you know, intimate with the people that, you know, hold a place at the university and hold a place in my career. You know, it just felt good. And that question was so long, I don't know which one to answer.
Hey, don't answer any of it. 41-36 is just going. We'll get it back as Thomas has it. He's been quiet tonight as he looks inside for Alex Long. He works his way inside. Alex gets inside, uses his pivot foot well, but he can't hit the layup. Back quickly comes London. London gets in the lane. He probably traveled as he scoops it off to Douglas. His shot doesn't go. Back quickly comes Pitt. Pitt into the front court. Gets in the lane. Kicks it off to Whitley. Whitley in the front of Thomas. 3 on the way for him. Spots up. It's short. Jameson fight for the rebound, but the ball's knocked out of bounds by Jameson. And Thomas just hasn't had that kind of night. We got about 8 seconds before I have to let you go in game time. But always good to see you, man. And, you know, if anything, we're proud of what you're doing and how you carry yourself. It's always good to see you back here. As I remember some of our road trips, we've had some good ones, man. Had some good conversations, man. I'm glad to see you doing well. As Central has the basketball in the front court, leading by 5. As the basketball's in the hands now of Miller. He turns, the corner puts the free throw line jumper up, way off. Rebound pulled down by Whitley. Diesel will push up the middle of the floor, up the left side to Thomas. Thomas into the lane. He dribbles, kicks it off to Jameson. 3 on the way, spots up, shots up. It's good. That's another one for Jameson. He now has 13, and the Spartans trail by 2, 41-39. You got to find him in transition, as he was second in the country in three-point shooting, and he's starting to show you why here at Joe Eccles Hall. McKnight swings it off to London. London to Miller. Miller on the drive. Picks up his dribble. Kicks it off to Blunt. He finds a 3, and he answers. Lead back to 5, 44-39. Back comes Pitt. Pitt into the front court. Gets a ball screen. She drags with the left hand, gets into the lane, lays it up off the glass, misses it badly. Rebound, fought for. And we're going to have a foul called on Alex Long. For Alex, that's going to be his third. Again, the Spartans trail by...
He ain't got no shoe on.
Alex, yeah, that's unfortunate. He picks up his third foul. 44-39 is your score as we go to timeout. Hey, you know the song was actually released on my birthday. It's 20 years old, February 24th. 44-39 is your score. We welcome you anytime you want to stop by, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. Look it up. Norfolk State trails North Carolina Central by 5. They're here on the NSU Sports Network. Hey, man. 44-39, your score. Norfolk State trailing the Eagles by 5 here at Joe Eccles Hall as Keontae Chavis checks in for Whitley. Here at Joe Eccles Hall as the Spartans trail by 5. North Carolina Central will have the basketball. 13 turnovers for Norfolk State, 16 for North Carolina Central, as London would bring the ball into the front court, hands it off to Fennell, who just checked back in. With the basketball now is Douglas. Looks inside, nice feed into the hands of Blunt. Blunt can't hit the layup, nice challenge there by Jamerson, and a foul's going to be called on the rebound. It's going to go against Fennell. That's his first, team's 5th. As Chavis will wait as C.J. Kelly in for the first time here in the second half. Spartans trailing 44-39. With the basketball, here's Pitt. Pitt working right side, drives with the right hand, steps back, 3 on the way for him. It's on the way, it's up short. Rebound into the hands of Douglas. Douglas off to London. London will push up with a 5-point advantage, 44-39. London looks off for Blunt. Blunt gets it off to Douglas. Douglas in the corner to London. London off to Miller. Miller on the drive. He gets in the lane, lays it off the glass, and good. Miller with 9, all coming in the second half, and the Spartans now trail by 7, 46-39. Here's Pitt. Pitt, top of the key, looks off at Kelly. Kelly off to Chavis. Chavis in the corner. Looks inside for Alex Long. Long turns. Puts up the hook shot. It's up and good. Alex with 6 tonight. Quick move there over his left-hand shoulder, and the Spartans now trail by 5 again, 46-41. Jordan Butler quickly off the bench for the Spartans as London has it near midcourt. 9:40 left to go here in the second half as Douglas has it. Douglas hands it off. Looking inside. Douglas goes to the basket. And they're going to count the basket. As the foul's going to go against Jamerson. Picks up the foul. That's his second. Douglas will go to the free throw line as that's the 17th foul. As the Spartans now trail by 7, 48-41. Shot coming for Douglas at the free throw line is up and good. He completes a 3-point play. He now has 3, and the Spartans now trail by 8, 49-41. Back quickly comes Pitt. Pitt working left side. Gets it off to Butler, who just checked back in. Butler to Kelly. Kelly to Long. Long looks to work, backs his way in, and a foul's going to be called. It's going against Fennell. That's his second. Team sixth. As the inbounds pass comes to Pitt. 9:14 remaining, 8-point ball game in favor of North Carolina Central. With the basketball, here's Pitt left wing. Pitt looking for Jameson, can't get it there, finds Alex Long. Long inside for Butler. Butler turns, works in the lane, puts up the hook shot way off. Rebound comes down to the hands of Blunt. Blunt quickly off to London. London into the front court. He works near midcourt. London hands it off to Miller. Miller gets it back to London. London on the drive, gets into the lane, gets a shot blocked by Butler. Rebound comes down to Pitt. The Spartans look to push. Pitt off to Kelly. Kelly goes to the basket with the left hand, lays it up and good. Kelly with 7. And the timeout's going to be taken by Coach Jones with the Spartans now trailing by 6, 49-43. A timeout taken on the floor. We'll take it with them, Norfolk State. Trailing 49-43 to North Carolina Central. We'll take a timeout on the court. You're watching MEAC Basketball on Flow Sports and NSU Sports Network.
Spartan basketball team will be back home for another game doubleheader on Monday against North Carolina A&T. The women's game begins at 9:30 p.m. and the men's tip it off at approximately 8 o'clock.
(49-43) as we welcome you back to Joe Eccles Hall. Norfolk State trailing North Carolina Central here in the second half with 8:29 remaining. The timeout taken by Norfolk State, which extended to a full as it was the first timeout taken in the second half. The basketball will belong to the Central. And C.J. Kelly just put in his 7th point of the night. Deshaun Davis checks back in for the Eagles. Norfolk State now moving to a 1-3-1. It's Butler. He's up at the top. He gets it off to London. London swings the ball away into the hands of Miller. Miller into the lane, scoops it off, laying it up and good. It's Fennell. Fennell with 5, and the Spartans again trail by 8, 51-43 with 7:50 left to go here in the second half. Here's Butler. Right hand elbow. Looking off for Jameson. He gets himself free, flies the 3, up and good. He's hot here. He's now got 16. And the lead cut to 5, 51-46. For DJ, that's his 4th 3 of the night. Back quickly comes London. London swings it off, now gets it back left wing. London calling for a ball screen, gets it. Picks up his dribble. He gets it off to Douglas. Douglas in the lane, gets the ball poked away from him, and it's going to be on the floor. Butler comes up with it. And a jump ball is going to be called. Possession error will favor Norfolk State. Probably. It will be Norfolk State basketball. 51-46 is your score. Norfolk State with the 5-point deficit as McKnight will check in. After this media timeout, Norfolk State will have the basketball. We'll take a timeout on the court. You're watching MEAC Basketball on Flow Sports and in the NSU Sports Network.
In 1982, this training was Miss Journalism. In 1984, Miss Freeman graduated with a degree in Business Administration. In 2010, Miss Freeman was inducted in NSU Hall of Fame for volleyball. Where is she now? So come visit Angie and myself and Miss Freeman in Norfolk.
40 years, CHKD's sports medicine program has helped young athletes avoid injuries through training, conditioning programs, and a proactive approach to injuries and concussions. But when athletes do get hurt, CHKD is ready with experienced physicians, surgeons, and rehab specialists. Because caring for young athletes is a team. CHKD, where kids are more than patients.
And we're more than a hospital.
Hello, welcome back to Joe Eccles Hall, North Carolina Central League, Norfolk State. With 7:16 left to go, 51-46. The Spartans back into the front court as Alex Long has it right wing. Long looking for Jameson. Jameson pulls up long two on the way, no good. Rebound tap by Long into the hands of Miller. Miller quickly up the floor. Finds McKnight, who just checked back in. McKnight swings it around the perimeter, finds Miller. Miller back to the lane, puts up the floater shot, doesn't go. Jameson comes down with the rebound. Quickly off to Kelly. Kelly into the front court, gets into the lane, lays up off the glass. Good, and a foul. Kelly now with 9, and the Spartans cut the lead to 3, 51-48. The foul's going to go against Rashawn London for the Eagles. That's his first both teams now with 17 fouls. CJ will go to the free throw line looking for double digits as the Spartans try to climb within 2. And the free throw is up and good for Kelly. He has 10. As London takes a seat, and the Spartans now trail by 2, 51-49. As Norfolk State trailing now by 2, 51-49 in the zone as McKnight tries to break the pressure, and a timeout's going to be called by the Eagles as McKnight got trapped near his own bench. A 30-second timeout taken by Coach Moten. 6:31 left to go here in the second half. Norfolk State trailing by 2, 51-49. Timeout taken by Central. Gives them 2 timeouts remaining. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining for the final 6:31. Norfolk State led by 16 points from Derek Jameson, 10 for C.J. Kelly, 2 for Chris Ford, 2 for Nick Thomas, 3 for Armani Branch, 4 for Pitt. Whitley with 4 as well. Tonight, though, Derek Jameson has stole the second half. He's 5 of 7 from the floor, 5 of 5 from downtown. He has 4 rebounds, 2 blocks as well to go along with 2 fouls. Kelly will hound the inbound as Zachary Douglas checks back in. As the Spartans in the zone is Perkins. He looks off at Douglas. Douglas gets it in. Back to Perkins. Perkins into lane, puts the floater up off the glass, no good. Alex Long came down with the board, had it stripped away from him. Right to Butler. Back up the floor, here comes Kelly. Kelly back to Pitt as the Spartans look to tie the ball game with the 2 or take a lead with the 3 as the Spartans trail now 51-49. Here's Kelly right wing, guarded by Perkins, drives the baseline, gets up, puts up the floater, no good, but he's fouled by Perkins. And he'll go to the free throw line for 2 more. That's the 18th foul on the Eagles. For Perkins, that's his second foul. Kelly back to the free throw line. He's had a solid game tonight. He's in double digits. He has 10. He puts the first free throw up. He can't hit that one, though. That's his first miss from the charity stripe. As the Spartans trail 51-49. Second shot coming up for Kelly. It's on the way up and no good. Davis pulls down the board. Lead remains 2 for North Carolina Central, 51-49. As the basketball is in the hands of Miller. Miller back to Perkins. Perkins left wing to Douglas. Douglas off to Miller. He's open for 3. It's on the way up and good. He was left wide open. He's got 12. With 5:37 left to go here in the second half, the basketball's in the hands of Mustadi Pitt. The Spartans trail by 5, 54-49. As Mustadi has it, free throw line, and kicks it off to Butler. Butler from 12 is up short. Rebound comes down to Perkins. Perkins quickly into the front court. As the Spartans ball back into a man-to-man. Perkins gets it off to Douglas. Douglas to Davis, top of the key. Davis hands it to Perkins. Perkins looking back door, losing it on the way up was McKnight, but it falls right into the hands of Douglas. Douglas back out to McKnight. He'll drive the baseline, gets into the lane, lays it up, and a block is going to be called. As Alex Long picks up his 4th. We have 2 free throws from McKnight. He's 2 for 2 from the charity stripe tonight. Spartans cut it to 2. It's been a 3-pointer from Randy Miller, who has 12 points, all coming in the second half. With 4:55 left. This will be free throws 17 and 18 for the Eagles. 4:55 remaining as the floor is now being wiped. Before McKnight takes the first of his 2 free throws. McKnight toes the line. Puts the front end up, and it is no good. In and out. Whitley will check in for Pitt. The Spartans trail 54-49. Second shot coming up for McKnight. It's on the way. It's up, and it is good. He gets the bounce. He's 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He's got 13 points. That's his first in the second half as the Spartans now trail 55-49. Whitley back into the front court, creates some space. Now runs the offense near midcourt. Not much going on right now as Whitley looks to drive with the right hand, steps back, gets it to the lane, falling as he kicks it off to Alex Long. He tries to slam it on Davis, and a foul's going to be called with 4:36 left to go. And we'll see 2 free throws coming from Alex Long. Davis picks up his 3rd foul. Alex will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. Alex will toe the line. Puts the front end up, and it's good. 7 points tonight for Alex. Lead is 5 for North Carolina Central, 55-50. Second shot coming up for Alex. It's on the way. It's up and no good. Rebound pulled down by Douglas. Lead remains 5 for North Carolina Central, 55-50. As the Spartans back into a 1-3-1 now. As Douglas gets it off to Perkins. Perkins with it, gets it to Miller. Miller gets a ball screen, working left side, gets the ball kicked, picks up his dribble. Ball's going to be stolen away into the hands of Jordan Butler, but they say he's out of bounds with 4:13 left to go in the second half and 8 seconds on the shot clock.
Eagles will have the ball.
8 seconds on the shot clock for Perkins and the Eagles offense. As Perkins gets it, gets a ball screen, gets it off to Miller. He fires a three from the corner. He can't hit this one. Davis comes down with the board for the Eagles. With the basketball down, here's McKnight. He looks to drive, dribbles through traffic, gets it back to Perkins, under 4 to go in a 5-point ball game. Ball swung off to another wide open three, this time from Miller. He knocks another one down. He's got 15. In the second half, and the Spartans trail by 8, 58-50. Back quickly comes Alex Long. He drives the baseline, gets in the lane, puts it up off the glass. Good, and he's fouled with 3:39 left to go. Alex has 9 points. He'll go to the free throw line for 1. And also the 4th foul called on Rashawn Davis. The Spartans trail by 6, 58-52. We'll take a timeout on the court. You're watching MEAC Basketball on Flow Sports and the NSU Sports Network. Alex Long will be at the free throw line as we welcome you back to Joe Eccles Hall. The Spartans trailing by 6, 58-52. Looking to complete the three-point play. As Long puts the free throw up, and it's good. 10 points for Alex Long, and the Spartans trail by 5 again, 58-53. Perkins gets it off to Douglas as the Spartans pick up full court. Back to Perkins, and Perkins leads Douglas into the front court with about a second to spare. Perkins will have it, 3:22 left to go here in the second half. McKnight plays catch with Perkins. Perkins swings it off to Miller. Miller inside for Davis. Davis will fire a shot, and it will be a shot clock violation. Good defense by the Spartans with 3:09 left to go. As you can see, the Eagles trying to use some clock as the basketball's in the hands of Whitley. He brings it into the front court quickly, guarded by Perkins. Perkins forces Whitley left, kicks it off to Butler. Butler drives with the right hand, gets in the lane, gets his shot blocked out of bounds by Davis. The basketball is going to stay with Norfolk State with 14 on the shot clock, 2:52 left to go here in the second half as Davis takes the seat. Into the ball game is Blunt. 58-53 your score, Norfolk State trailing by 5. The Spartans will inbound. Whitley will trigger the inbound as it comes in to Kelly. Kelly hands it back to Whitley with 10 on the shot clock. 2:50 left to go here in the second half. Whitley, ball screen. Drives with the right hand, gets into lane, throws it back. Ball's going to be poked into the hands of Alex Long. Long drive. Pulls up free throw line, jump on the way for him. No good. Hard at the back iron. Blunt comes down with the rebound, gets it off to Perkins. 2:30 left to go here in the second half. Perkins throws right. Another weave set for the Eagles. With the basketball now, here is Perkins. Perkins Gets it off to Douglas. Douglas turns, kicks it back to Blunt. Blunt finds a wide open Miller. He fires the three. It's going to be short. Rebound tip and in by Blunt. It's a 7-point lead now, 60-53. Back comes Whitley. Whitley into the lane, kicks it out. Kelly, three on the way for him. It's off the end. It's good. C.J. Kelly with 13. And the Spartans now trail by 4, 60-56. 1:58 left to go here in the second half. It's a 30-second timeout taken by Norfolk State. The Spartans will have one timeout remaining. For Kelly, that's his second three of the night. He's 2 for 2. He's got 13 points on 4 of 6 shooting. Whitley gave him the assist. That's his 5th of the night to go along with 5 rebounds. The Spartans being out rebounded tonight 39-25. Here at the game as the Eagles have out rebounded Norfolk State 9-4 on the offensive side. So Butler and Long on the floor. They'll be joined by Kelly, Whitley, and Jamerson. 1:58 left to go here in the second half. Norfolk State trailing by 4, 60-56. In the second half, for North Carolina Central, it's been Miller. He's 5 of 14 from the floor. It's 3 of 8 from downtown. He's got 15 points, all 15 of them coming in the second half. As Perkins, the sophomore, will bring it into the front court. Spartans back into a man-to-man. Perkins working right side now, gets a ball screen. Gets to the free throw line, pulls up from the left-hand elbow. Jump shot can't fall. Rebound tip by Whitley into his own hands. Whitley pushes into the front court. Whitley goes with the left hand, gets into the lane with the up and under right hand, doesn't go. Rebound comes down to Davis. Quickly off to Perkins. Perkins into the front court, kicks it off. He thought about the three, but Miller kicked it back to Perkins with 1:22 left to go here in the second half, and a 4-point lead for the Eagles, and a timeout taken by North Carolina Central. It's going to be a full timeout. A timeout will take with them. 4-point lead for the Eagles. 1:18 remaining here in the second half, 60-56. We'll take a timeout on the court. You're watching MEAC Basketball on Flow Sports and the NSU Sports Network. .18 remaining here in the second half. We welcome you back to Joe Eccles Hall. 60-56 your score. North Carolina Central leading Norfolk State. As the basketball will be inbounded by Zachary Douglas. He gets it into Perkins with 15 on the shot clock. 1:15 left to go here in half number 2. Perkins off to Douglas. Douglas looking inside. Going up for the shot is McKnight. His shot doesn't go. Gets offensive rebound. Lays it up. It's going to be blocked out of bounds. A 5 on the shot clock. And the basketball is going to stay with North Carolina Central. 1:05 left, 5 seconds on the shot clock. There's the inbounds pass, looking for Davis was knocked away. Back comes Whitley. He goes to the basket with the right hand, and he's going to be fouled. And he'll go to the free throw line for 2 as with 1:02 left to go here in the second half. Whitley will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Whitley was right underneath the basket. Whitley had an opportunity at a 3-point play, was right underneath the basket. got fouled by Perkins, who picked up his third, and Whitley will go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. Diesel toes the line, puts the first shot up and good. 5 points tonight for Whitley. Whitley makes it a 3-point ball game, 60-57. The second free throw from Whitley is up, no good. Hard off the back iron, rebound, tip, and pulled away by McKnight. And a foul is going to be called on Whitley with 58.4 seconds to go. Whitley picks up his 4th. And McKnight will go to the free throw line for 1-and-1. It's a 3-point lead for North Carolina Central, 60-57. 58.4 seconds remaining. Both teams with 1 timeout. It's a 1-and-1. McKnight, 3 of 4 from the charity stripe tonight. He has 13 points. 1 point has come here in the second half. He toes the line, 4 dribbles, puts the run in up, and it's good. He'll have 1 more. The lead is now 4, 61-57, with 58.4 seconds remaining here in the second half. McKnight has 14 points. He toes the line for a second. Same routine, puts the second free throw up and good. 15 points tonight for McKnight as the Spartans rush into the front court, trailing 62-57. Whitley has it. Has to work quickly. Looking for Jamison. Still dribbling. Gets the ball screen, drives with the left hand on Davis. Looks back for Jamison. Jamison back to Whitley. Corner 3, thought about it. Kicks it off to Butler. Butler gets it off to Kelly. Kelly splits a double, gets in the lane with the left hand, lays it off the glass and good. Kelly with 15. And the Spartans trail by 3, 62-59 with 36.8 seconds to go. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. Norfolk State trailing 62-59 to the Eagles of Central. We'll take a timeout on the court. You're watching MEAC Basketball on Flow Sports and the NSU Sports Network.
They sweeter than steady. When I started out, I just took what they gave me. Did all the favors, they never repaid me. Working my favors, cause nobody saved me.
Welcome back to Joe Eccles Hall as North Carolina Central leads Norfolk State 62-59. Zachary Douglas will trigger the inbound as the Spartans need a stop here. As the inbounds pass comes into the hands of Miller. Miller into the front court, gets the ball poked away from behind, but it falls right off of the leg of Whitley. Out of bounds with 26 seconds on the shot clock. Douglas will inbound. With 32.3 seconds to go here in the second half. Douglas to inbound, gets it into Perkins in the backcourt. Perkins will get it in with about 1 second to spare on the shot clock. This ball kicked off. He gets it back to Perkins. Perkins will be fouled by Kelly. A double bonus with 12 seconds to go. I don't think Coach Jones wanted the foul. Kelly picks up his first. It'll be 2 shots for Perkins. He's 2 for 2 tonight. He puts the first up and good. The lead is now 4:63-59, 18.4 seconds to go. As Davis takes a seat. The second shot coming for Perkins. It's on the way, it's up, and it is no good. Whitley comes down with the board. Whitley will push, and the Spartans trailing by 4, 63-59. Here's Jameson. Jameson, long 3 on the way for him. It's up and good with 11 seconds to go. Jameson now with 19, and Central will have to inbound. Inbounds pass comes to Perkins, and Perkins is going to be fouled with 9.2 seconds to go. Whitley will foul out of the ball game as he picks up his 5th. Derek Jameson tonight, 6 of 6 from downtown. As Mustadi Pitt will check in. As the lead is 1 for North Carolina Central, 63-62. At the free throw line for 2, Jordan Perkins. No matter what, it will be a 1-possession ball game, even if he makes 2. Perkins toes the line, puts the front end up, and it's good. It's a 2-point lead for North Carolina Central, 64-62. No timeouts for Norfolk State, 1 for North Carolina Central. Perkins at the line for 2, his second, it's up, and it's no good. Butler comes down with the board, quickly off to Pitt. Pitt into the front court, drives with the right hand, gets into the lane. Puts it up off the glass. It's good, and we're tied with 1.7 seconds to go. Pitt with 6, and Perkins will heave it from 3-quarter court, and we're going to overtime as Mustadi Pitt ties it up at 64 with 1.2 seconds to go. We'll take a timeout and come back with overtime as we're knotted up at 64. We'll take a timeout on the court. You're watching MEAC Basketball on Flow Sports and the NSU Sports Network. All right, let me come in after this one. Mustadi Pitt ties it on a running layup with 1.6 seconds to go as the tip in overtime is started. Back to Perkins, and we're underway. In overtime, we're tied at 64. Perkins with it, left wing, swings it around the perimeter. Here's a 3 taken and missed. And the rebound is tipped out to C.J. Kelly as Miller, who started off the second half hot, has now really cooled off as the basketball is brought into the front court by Pitt for the Spartans. Stephen Whitley has fouled out as Pitt has it top of the key. He fires a three, trying to keep it hot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Davis. Davis gets it off to Perkins. Perkins will push into the front court. Perkins backs up, gets it off to Miller. Miller back to Perkins. Perkins drags, steps in and travels. Turnover with 4:10 remaining here in the second half, actually in overtime. Rashawn London will check in. He'll replace Perkins. Alex Long will trigger the inbound. Again, it's a defensive battle here. The Spartans picked it up down the stretch. As Pitt gets it off to Kelly. He's had a big game. Kelly gets it off to Jameson. Jameson in the left-hand corner back to Pitt. Ball swung around to Kelly. Kelly working, crosses up, gets the free throw line, spins in the lane, throws the ball out of bounds off of the face of Douglas. The basketball will belong to Norfolk State with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Neither team has scored here in overtime. As Kelly will trigger the inbound. Gets it in to Mastadi. Pitt will catch it near midcourt with 8 on the shot clock. Pitt looks to drive with the right hand. He gets in the lane, puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebound tip to London for Central. London will bring it into the front court. Neither team has scored yet as Miller has it. Miller gets it off to Douglas. Douglas back to London. London up top to McKnight. McKnight back to Miller. Miller looking inside, can't get it there, working. Gets a ball screen, kicks it back to Douglas. Douglas, 3 on the way for him. It's up, no good. C.J. Kelly pulls down the board, quickly off to Pitt. The Spartans lift to push. Pitt into the front court, drives with the left hand, puts it up off the glass, no good, but a foul's going to be called. And Pitt will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Give that foul to London, that's his second. Pitt will toe the line. Pitt toes the line for 2. 1 dribble. The Hampton native puts the first free throw up, and it's no good. Hot off the back iron. We are tied at 64. Norfolk State 11 of 20 from the free throw line. As the second free throw from Pitt is out and away, it's up and good. The Spartans take the first lead in overtime, 65-64. Rashawn London back into the front court, looks off for Miller. Miller looking inside for Davis. Davis with a tough catch, kicks it back out. Here's a driving McKnight. He gets in the lane, lays it up, and an offensive foul is going to be called on McKnight. Nice job there by Jordan Butler of taking the charge. McKnight picks up his third. As Norfolk State will get it, 2:57 left to go here in the overtime period. Spartans lead by 165-64. Here's Long. Long holds. Looks off for Pitt. Pitt looking for a lob. Kicks it off to Jameson. 3 on the way for him. He still hasn't missed as he knocks in another one. He's got 22. And the Spartans open up a 4-point advantage. And a timeout's going to be taken by North Carolina Central. Derek Jameson, hot tonight. He is now 7 of 7 from downtown, and the Spartans opened up a 4-point lead, 68-64. You're listening to NSU basketball and basketball on Flow Sports and the NSU Sports Network. 2:33 remaining here as we welcome you back to Joe Eccles Hall. Norfolk State leading North Carolina Central by a score of 68-64. Derek Jameson facing the Spartans tonight with 22 points. On the evening, the basketball will belong to North Carolina Central after the timeout. The Spartans hold a 4-point lead, which is their largest lead of the night. As the inbound pass comes to London. London will hand it off to McKnight. McKnight to Miller. Miller gets a ball screen, gets around it, gets into the lane, lays it up. His shot's going to be blocked. C.J. Kelly can't stay in bounds, though, with 16 on the shot clock. Jordan Butler gets that block, and the basketball's going to stay with North Carolina Central. As Central will trigger the inbound. The inbound pass comes into the corner to Douglas with 14 on the shot clock. Douglas gets it back to London. In between the circles, 10 on the shot clock. London looks to drive, loses the handle of the basketball, gets it back to Douglas. Douglas inside for Davis. And a foul is going to be called against Alex Long, who picks up his 5th. And we'll see 2 free throws coming from Rashawn Davis. Davis has only missed 1 free throw tonight. He's 6 of 7. And Nick Thomas checks off the bench for Alex. As Davis will go to the free throw line for 2 with 2:11 left to go here in overtime. Davis at the line for 2. Both teams over the limit. Both teams with 1 timeout remaining. Here in overtime with 2:11 left, Davis puts the first free throw up and he calmly knocks it home. Davis now 7 of 8 from the free throw line. It's a 3-point lead now for the Spartans, 68-65. Davis at the line for a second. It's on the way and up and good. It's a 2-point lead. Davis cuts the lead to 68-66. As Pitt brings the ball into the front court, working right side. Pitt hands it off to Thomas. Thomas to Kelly. Kelly looks for a ball screen, drives with the left hand, gets in the lane, lays it off the glass and good. Kelly has 17. And the Spartans back up by 4 with 1:50 left to go here in overtime. With the basketball, here's London. London kicks it off to McKnight. McKnight finds the 3, hand in his face, it's up and good. That's a tough one. That's 18 tonight for McKnight. 1-point lead for the Spartans, 70-69. As Pitt back into the front court. Pitt working right side, hands it off to Thomas. Same play. Thomas gets it off to Kelly. Kelly looking for a ball screen, uses it this time. Working against Davis. Gets into the lane with the right hand, lays it off the glass, and Davis fouls out. That's a big foul as Rashawn Davis picks up his 5th. And we'll see 2 free throws coming from Chris Kelly. Rashawn Davis will take a seat. And that's a big foul. He has tonight 14 points. 8 of 11 from the free throw line. He has 11 rebounds as well. 8 for Douglas, 6 rebounds for Blunt. As Kelly will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. As Davis will be replaced by Jabri Blunt. 2 players have fouled out for Norfolk State, 1 for Central. The lead is 1 for Norfolk State, 70-69, 1:17 left to go. C.J. Kelly 3 of 5 from the charity stripe tonight. C.J. toes the line, puts the front end up and good. Lead is pushed to 2, 71-69. One more shot coming for C.J. Second free throw is up, and it's good. 2 for 2 for Kelly, who now has 19 points. That's a career high for C.J. The Spartans lead by 3, 72-69. Miller gets it off to Douglas. Douglas looking inside, can't get it there, gets it back to Miller. Miller looks to drive against Butler, gets into lane, lays it up off the glass, and good. Tough lay-in there for Miller, who has 17 all in the second half. With 1 minute and 6 seconds to go, clock didn't start on time. The Spartans can run some extra time on the clock, leading by 1, 72-71. Here's Butler, high post. Looks to work, gets it off to C.J. Kelly. Kelly gets a ball screen now, top of the key. 10 on the shot clock. Kelly drives with the right hand, gets into the lane, kicks it up to Butler. His 7-footers up, no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of McKnight. 38 seconds to go, 27 on the shot clock, about a 10-second differential between game clock and shot clock. A timeout taken by Central. It's going to be a timeout taken by the Eagles. They're out of timeouts. It will be a full timeout. It's actually a 30-second timeout. As the clock is at 34.5 seconds to go. We'll see what the conversation is. No matter what, it's going to end up being a full timeout. The Spartans lead by 1, 72-71. As the Eagles will inbound. With 34.5 seconds to go, they'll inbound right in front of the scorer's table. And inbounding will be Zachary Douglas. 72-71, 34.5 seconds to go. As the inbounds pass comes from Douglas to London. London into the front court, working right side. Gets a ball screen. Looking off for Miller. Miller in the corner. He goes behind the back, steps back. Gets into the lane, lays it up off the glass. No good. Rebound. Tapped into the hands of Jamison. Jamison will be fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2 with 18.1 seconds to go. You couldn't have asked for a better look if you're Miller. And Jamison will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Big rebound there for DJ. Even a better job as a 97% free throw shooter to hold on to the basketball. Jamison will toe the line for 2 with 18.1 seconds to go. Central out of timeouts. Norfolk State with 1 remaining. Jamison toes the line for 2. Puts the front end up, and it is no good. That's the second miss tonight, but he'll have another. Looking to make it a 2-point ball game. Second shot coming for DJ. DJ toes the line, puts the second free throw up, and it's good. 23 tonight for Derek Jamison. As Central, with 15 seconds to go, will bring the ball into the front court. Here's Miller. Calls for a ball screen. The Spartans double him. Miller gets into the lane, lays it up. It's going to be blocked by Butler, and the foul's going to be called on the rebound. Butler with a big block, and then Thomas is going to go to the free throw line for 2. 5.9 seconds remaining. Thomas will go to the free throw line for 2. He has not scored in the second half. He has 2 points, both coming from the free throw line. Thomas toes the line. 5.9 seconds remaining. 73-71. Norfolk State with a 2-point advantage. Thomas makes it a 3-point advantage as he hits the first free throw. What a ball game. 3 points tonight for Nick Thomas, the leading scorer for Norfolk State at 14.5 per game. Nick goes to the line for his second. It's a 3-point lead. 74-71. Thomas makes it a 4-point lead as he knocks in the 4th point of the night. And back comes Central. Here's Miller. He gets it into the front court, kicks it off. London fires a three. It's on the way. It's up. No good. And the Spartans will win it in overtime. Your final score, 75-71. Norfolk State wins this one by 4. Van Bruce.
If it's your first time buying a home, you've got to know the basics. With a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage, you get a low monthly